Welcome back to the West Coast Gardener. Today I just thought I'd show you how to maintain your raspberries from year to year, because if you're new to raspberry growing and you have a bush in your yard, then you might notice they get quite out of control. So I already prepped this row of bushes here, and I want to show you the start. Every year the raspberry bushes are going to send out new shoots, okay? New shoots like this. If you look down here, you got new shoots popping out of the ground, and if they're too far outside your row and you let them grow, well, look what happens. Then you got these growing, and you could pull those out, but those ones tend to grow well too, so I leave them in. But these are the new guys that grow canes for next year, and believe it or not, this little tiny thing will grow to 6 to 10 feet tall in one season. Then what you have is these guys, okay? You have all of these ones that grew last year. These are the second year canes. They grew last year and they were nice, straight and tall this spring. But what I did was, since they're so tall, when the berries start growing on them, they fall over all over. You'd be, over here on the grass. So what you do is you put them in a little wire trellis. I have a couple stakes, about 6 to 8 feet apart. This wire on each side to hold them up, and then what you do is you bend the tips over. So you tie about 5-6 branches together, and you bend them in an arc, and then you tie them down to the end just like this. I'll show you right here. See this? I just tie with a little bit of twine, tie the end together, and then tie it to the wire. So you get these arches, right? And what happens is all of these little shoots right here coming off will send out nice shoots down the row and go like this, one way, the other way, and it's held up all nicely, and your berries are actually really easy to get and organized. Okay, so that's good to know. What happens about those old shoots? So these shoots next year, they'll die. They die off. They only last 1 year and they only bear fruit 1 year. And then they keep sending out new shoots. So those are the ones that every year you got to break off. And you can see I've already come along and I've just snapped them off. And you can use cutters, or I just break them off like this, and then they'll rot off, and then they'll get really easy to pull out just like that. So they'll snap off right at the base. So usually what I do is I don't cut them off, I just break them off. And then you can come around later and just snap them off like that once they really dried out. And then you have a nice clean base. So those are the dry canes that produced berries last year. And here they all are. Look how many canes I have, a huge pile. That's from last year. All of the ones that I've already pruned out of this bush in the last couple weeks. It's really fast, easy to do. You just pull and snap them out. And then you can grind them up into your compost or throw them out, whatever you would like. But that is how you maintain your raspberries. You keep them all growing nice and orderly in a trellis with a wire on each side, and then fold the tops over like a whole bunch of little rainbows across the top. And then your berries will be nice and organized, and they actually produce really well this way. You can see these guys are already taking off, because otherwise when you have one branch going up, these all try to grow straight up in the same direction along the branch. This way you have the branch horizontally, and they can all grow up in their own individual space, 3 to 4 inches apart, and it's much more organized, works a lot better. This is how I see them growing the commercial berries out here in British Columbia along the highway in Abbotsford, Chilliwack. So give it a try, works great. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope it helps you maintain your raspberry bushes well too. Till next time, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Keep on watching. Thanks guys, see you later.